Do you wish you could spend more quality time with your spouse and children and do exercise regularly? Maybe write that book or just take a break every now and then. The truth is, there is a different way to run your life. One that will leave you happier and make you more successful without having to compromise on what's important. But to live this way, you need to rethink your idea of time and to take control of 168 hours each week. There are some really good tips given in this book. Tip number one is you are not too busy. You are just not in control of your time. I will repeat. Tip number one in this book is you are not too busy. You are just not in control of your time. In the book, author has given the example of Miss Theresa. She is the mother of 6, owns a construction group, which is actually a company with 12 employees on the roll and 7-figure revenue. But her life is far from all work and no play. She coaches soccer, goes for regular massages, enjoys trail rides, and chills out watching the action drama on TV. Now you must be thinking, does she ever sleep? But in reality, Theresa gets a solid 7 hours sleep every night. Her secret to packing so much into her day is not time travel. It is her mindset. Because she takes full ownership of her time. By using it only on things she values. I will repeat. She takes full ownership of her time by using it only on the things she values. And those things are, number one, her family, number two, her business, and number three, herself. That's it. So instead of thinking, I am too busy, she asks herself, is that a priority? If it is not, she simply lets it go. That way, she can focus on what she does well and on what enriches her life. The good news is you can also take control of your time by changing the way you organize your life. And here comes the second tip from this book. And that is, you need to understand how you're actually spending the 168 hours in your week. Now to find that out, the book has suggested creating a time log, which is simply exercise by using maybe Microsoft Excel table with each day of the week in 7 columns and each row representing each hour of the day. Spend 2 to 3 weeks writing down how you spend each hour. This will give you an accurate picture of what you are doing with your time. So that was on second tip. Third, very effective tip in this book is plan your leisure time to increase its value. I will repeat, the third tip is plan your leisure time to increase its value. To do that, take a moment to estimate how many hours of leisure time you have each week. For some, this figure may be 0. For others, maybe just 1 or 2 hours. So most people will say they don't have enough. And that's because with the pressure of work, parenting, chores, there's barely any time left to socialize, let alone follow a dream or volunteer for a cause. But studies have shown that an average professional has 30 hours of leisure time per week. 30 hours per week. That's actually 4 full hours a day. But the problem is, it doesn't feel that way. And why? Because we don't plan our leisure time carefully. And hence, we end up slumped in front of TV or mindlessly scrolling through social media feeds. And interestingly, we do this for an average of 20 hours a week. Just think what you could achieve if you had invested even half that time in doing something you love. The author has suggested that to prevent your leisure time from slipping away, sit down with your schedule and plan it out. Block some time for few exercise sessions, for that fun hobby, for socializing, and for self-care. These activities should come first. Then you can use any leftover time to watch TV or to scroll on for the social media. In a nutshell, I would say it's easy to become a slave to the demands of modern time. Work, family obligations, and household chores have a way of filling our calendars, making us feel like there is no time left to engage and in the things that make us happy. But we can take ownership of time by constantly evaluating whether or not an activity is our priority. If it is not, we can choose to minimize it or abandon it altogether. This will free up our time to focus on things that bring meaning to our lives. So, my friends, these were some of the key takeaways from this very practical book. I hope you enjoyed this book summary. Do share your thoughts in comment section below. Thank you and have a fantastic life.